Hey everyone, this is Ali from Golden Projects. Today we are diving into the exciting world of web scraping again, and guess what? We are tackling the treasure trove of information that is feedtables.com. Whether you are a Python beginner or a seasoned scraper looking for a new challenge, this video is packed with everything you need to know. We'll break down the process step by step so you can be scraping like a pro in no time. We're going to have the web scraping from this website, as I mentioned, feedtables.com. This website provides a comprehensive database of chemical compositions, nutritional values, and even environmental data for various feedstuffs used for different animals, from cattle and sheep to poultry and salmon. You will find detailed information on hundreds of plants and animal-based ingredients in this website. For example, we have cereal grains, byproducts, legumes and oilseeds, oil byproducts. This data holds immense value for various applications like nutritionists and farmers, researchers, or even students. For right data explorers, before we embark on our feedtables.com adventure, let's make sure we are equipped with the right tools. In this video, we will be using Jupyter Notebook as our coding playground and three powerful Python libraries, which is Requests, Pandas, and BeautifulSoup. Alright, let's get started. Alright, let's look at the website again. Here we have, let's say, for example, cereal grains, which we have different kind of ingredients. As you can see, for example, we can choose wheat soft. As you can see, there are lots of information about main constituents, mineral elements, fatty acids, vitamins and pigments, and other kind of things that even we have some parameters, some information about ruminants, about, let's say, different kind of animals, pigs, and so on. So we need to extract this information. Like always, we had discussed about web scraping. We should just look at our information first. For this purpose, we should just right click and have inspect. As you can see here, we have HTML5. So when we want to look at these elements, we can see that the title is in caption tag, and these are tables. So we are dealing with tables. As you remember from last videos, I have told you that if we see tables here, we should be glad about it because we just need pandas to extract these tables easily. So let's go to Jupyter, and I'm gonna start a new project. Okay, let's call it web scraping feedtable.com. Yeah. And so first we should import our libraries. We use requests to send a request, a get request to get information, which is HTML file, of course. We're gonna use pandas, as I mentioned before. And we have BeautifulSoup from PS4. So these are all libraries that we're gonna need for this web scraping. So as you know, first we should define our URL, which is this one. Let's have a look to the website again, because when you see the URL is kind of neat and kind of organized, we should check other ingredients too. For example, this one, we're gonna check maize, and we see that yes, the URL is the same, but only the ingredients has been changed. So in this case, we can easily define another variable, which is like, let's say, ingredients, and tell that it is, let's say, BeautifulSoup. And then we're gonna change that this way, because they are the same, but whenever we change the ingredients, then we would have the new web page. It would be more easier to understand the not only the codes, but even if we want to choose another ingredients, for example, let's say oats. If we write oats here, the URL would be changed, right? So we use it this way so that our coding would be more object oriented. Okay, let's say we have the URL, right, which is BeautifulSoup here. We send a request and we call it request, which is the requests from the request library, and we want to have a get request from the URL that we have entered before. And then let's see the request's answer. Well, we have response 200, which is actually a green light. So we can keep going into our web scraping, and we can just see the contents with request, which is our variable here, and we have the content. We want to see their content. Okay, as we have expected before, we have the HTML file. In this case, I told you that we can easily use Pandas to have these tables. But as you can see here, there are different kind of sections, which is, for example, let's say for averages for ASPED or on DM, which is dry matter, I guess. And we have a couple of options here. When we choose one, yeah, it would change the table. So let's say that how we're gonna extract it with Pandas, which is a really nice library in this case. We have Pandas, and we can easily read HTML, and our request content would be an HTML file, right? This way. So we have our request content. Let's see what is going on here. So far, so good. We have all of the information, all of the tables here easily, but you should know that when you are using this kind of read HTML function, let's say, you should choose the table. For example, we're gonna use the 0 index to have the first table here. Wow, we have all the information from the main constituents, right? But as you can see, there are more information that we have here. Let's say it is parameter, hasfed, and DM, unit, and other, and unit again, and we have different kind of things like SD, range, count. I think that we have, yes, so Pandas did its job really perfect, because now we have all the things here that we're gonna need without even clicking on these options. We have got all of them in one table. That is why we try to use Pandas when we have tables to extract. So as you can see, we have different kind of tables here. For example, if we change the index to 1, which is going to be the second table, I guess, yes, we have the mineral elements for with soft. So far we could understand that with these kind of things we can easily extract the tables with Pandas library and with the function read HTML. But the main thing is that we want all of the tables organized in just one file, let's say one Excel file, so that we can use for different kind of things. But as you can see here, we don't have the title of each table. For example, if we use concatenate and concatenate all of the tables, we have the separation, of course, but we do not know that which table goes for which title. But we should first have a list of our titles. For this purpose, we can use inspect again. So to have the list of our titles, we can use the elements again. So we go for inspect. So as we can see, we have caption here, and this is main constituents. And for the next table, we have again caption tag for fatty acids. So we just need to find all the captions in this page, and the captions would be our titles, right? So in this case, we can easily use BeautifulSoup. So let's do it. We have the BeautifulSoup. We want to have the request content in a BeautifulSoup, and we want to find all the caption tags, let's say, and let's see what is going on here. So it seems we have all the tags here, and I guess that we have all the titles here. But as you can see, there are some tags here which is just set environmental impact. We go down to check it that it is okay or not. Yes, it is okay, because these are, I think, different tags here. Yes, these are different, but here we have captions here. So in this case, we're gonna change that, or we can just leave it from here, because we want to extract the tables with these titles. Let's say it is okay for now, and then we would figure it out later. We have all the titles for these tables, and we want to have a list for this purpose. For this purpose, let's call this BeautifulSoup like table titles. And now we have another table titles list. Let's say there would be a list for table titles, but now we should have the index, because if we want to choose every section here, every index here, and we should have the index here, because we want to have each of the elements here in our list just without the tags. So I will have table titles for indexes n. I'm just using a list comprehension to have a list. So we can use it for n in, let's say, this range of lengths. We have a range. The length of our table titles, let's say, for example, it is 10. So the range would be 0 to 9, right? So it's gonna do that for each of these elements. It would put n, for example, it's gonna be 0. So our table titles n would be table titles 0, which would be this one. So, and it goes on until the end. So we have the table titles n, but we want to have the text and with the strip in case of we have any spaces here. Okay, let's run it and let's check what is our list here. We have table titles list now. Wow, which is exactly what we were looking for. So we have our titles right now, and we have our tables. We should just concatenate them, right? So we have the PD concat, and now again we have different kind of tables here. Let's call it tables we have all the tables. So we want to have a list of tables. We want each of the tables for n in, again, range, length of tables. If we use concatenate, we can have the axis. By default, it is 0, which is acting like vertically. It would concatenate the tables vertically. But if you want it to have it horizontally, you should use axis equals to 1. But in our case, I guess that it would be better to just go for default. But on the other hand, we have the keys, which is our table names, and we should use it. Now we have it in a list, right? So we have the keys equals to our table titles list. Okay, let's run it and see what is going on here. Wow, it seems that we have everything we want. We have our titles here. Let's say the main constituents. And we have the rows, and then we have the last table, which is called environmental impact. I guess that we have all the information from this page. Let's say congratulations, because we have everything we wanted to have. So let's save it and see the Excel file. to see if we have done the job correctly or not. So we would have let's call this table, let's say main contents. We have main content. And we want to have the main content to, let's say, Excel. And now we have the address. Let's call it, I don't know. We should just have, yeah, I'm gonna have a new folder. Let's say feedtables.com. And in this address, so this is the address, and we want to save it. Let's say, call it the ingredient, because each ingredient is different. And then we would have the Excel format, XLSX, right? So let's run it and go for, yes, we have our Excel file here. Let's open it, see what is going on. Wow, incredible. We have everything we wanted from the beginning. We have different kind of tables here. We have the titles here at the left side. And I guess we have everything. Good job. Now I think that you'd better use these libraries to extract information yourself, to have some experience. But for now, we can easily have other ingredients too. As we have used object-oriented programming, now we can just easily change our ingredient and do it again. For example, we can have, let's say, barley. To check, we have now the barley Excel file, which has all of the information from barley. Now that we have finished our project here, I have one question for you to answer. As you can see, we have different kind of ingredients here. How can we just extract all of the information from cereal grains, cereal byproducts? As you can see, there are lots of ingredients here. How can we extract it in just one click? Not to write all of the ingredients here. We just want to have all of the informations by running only one project. What is your idea? Just write in the comments that's what would be your approach for this purpose. Have a good time, guys. See you later, and thanks for watching.